This video is an addendum to my previous video about British Railways liveries. As in, the liveries carried by the entity previously known as British Railways, not liveries that were carried by any of the given British Railways. In the script it makes more sense because the second instance of the word railways wasn't capitalised. Now this video is about the liveries of a few British Railways. Try and keep up. When I was researching something for another video I'm planning, I was reminded of the livery of the Noord-Brabants-Duitse Spoorwegmaatschappij. A short line, virtually a straight line connecting Boxtel in the Netherlands to the German town of Wesel, its livery is described as sky blue. However, the colour is also known as Caledonian blue. The dark blue was indeed somewhat reminiscent of the colour worn by Caledonian railway locomotives, but the red pipework and lining, paired with the amount of gold and brass used, recalls the livery of a company on the other side of the UK, the Great Eastern Railway. In 1892, the same time the MBDS adopted blue as their livery, the Nederlandse Spoorwegmaatschappij took inspiration from another English company by turning its locomotives out in ochre. The ochre overlaid a green, which was lined in red, black and white. If that already doesn't sound familiar, they honed in on this inspiration when, in 1916, the new company livery was umber. Although this time the wheels were painted red and the line was black and white, they made sure to send the London, Brighton and South Coast lads their regards. Now, the NS was formally formed in 1920. If you've ever had some hack YouTuber tell you that the NS was formed in 1939, you can tell them they're a hack and should probably start making Thomas the Tank Engine animations. The new company adopted a dark green for their livery, lined in black, which was applied to rolling stock from 1921 onwards. Now here is where I struggle to tie it to my previous videos about British Railways, capital R, because the dark green was known as bronze green. Of course, this colour couldn't have been based on BR, as that entity did not exist yet. I find it more likely that the NS took after the Great Western Railway and chose a colour scheme similar to that Great Way Round, with all the brass which remained on NS locos. Of course, one could make the argument that the very first Dutch railways took after the GWR, seeing as the company started out in broad gauge, although slightly narrower than the Brunel one. Locomotives were thus similarly styled to Brunel's billiard table, with boilers clad in mahogany and what paint there was being dark green. Although there are only so many ways one can style a livery without it being considered an homage to another company. And just how the railways of the Netherlands turned to Britain to style their locos, the previous sentence completely invalidated this video's existence. But, as they say, oh well.